doing really well. Hopefully everybody is having a phenomenal Thursday. Go ahead and put in the chat box if you're having an extraordinary day today. I always like to see that everybody's having a good day, a better day, the best day. These are all good things. Good, good. Well, here's the deal. We are going to today take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. There's nothing for sale. As awesome as our software might be, and as awesome as some stuff is that we have, we are not presenting anything here. This is this is just all about training. And I see some of you saying that we made some really good designs for the mobile opt-in software. Thank you. We have added an awful lot of designs to that. That was I told you that was the plan. So we've got a lot more coming. But tonight, what we want to focus on wholeheartedly is a method of sending emails that I believe everyone should implement. Now, understand that because we have two different groups of people, we had a really awesome product and training that we released called Inbox Center Circle. We released that earlier this year, and it was great. A lot of you probably have Inbox Center Circle. Then, just recently, in June, we released Email Domination, which you see on the screen. Some of you may not have Email Domination. If you don't, that is okay. I'm still going to walk you through. This training tonight, because it's all about getting your emails in the inbox. First, I want to see how many of you in the on the training tonight do not have Email Domination. You are not a member, have not purchased this course that you see on the screen. Just say no in the chat box if you don't mind. Okay. All right. So there's a good bit of you. Okay. That means you guys are my Inbox Center Circle students, which is phenomenal. What you're seeing on the screen, okay, what we did for Email Domination is a more advanced level of training when it comes to getting emails in your inbox. It doesn't focus much on building your list. It focuses on when you send an email, how do you get somebody to open that email? That's the main core focus of the entire product and the entire training. Okay, and so for tonight, what I wanted to do is walk you through that training, right? Walk you through that process. If you want to get Email Domination, I'll show you where you can get it later on for those of you that don't have it. A lot of you do have it. And so what I want to do is walk you through. We're not going to go through the whole product here. It's kind of a, I don't know that that's really a good way to spend a lot of your Thursday night, is me walking you through, telling you what's in here. What you really need to do is learn, some of the stuff that we're actually doing, right? So that's what we're about to walk through. This course, as you can see, you see these words optimization. That's what it's all about. It's, optimizing your open rates, optimizing your click rates, optimizing your unsubscribe rates, optimizing your complaints, how to write emails for different types of offers that you're promoting. If you're promoting an offer that primarily just generating leads, or if you're promoting an offer where you're earning when people click, or if you're promoting an offer where you have to sell something. We go through all of that. And then ways to optimize your profit. How much, how do you make more profit from the emails that you send? And then there's some case studies in here, walking you through all these case studies. But what we're going to go over tonight is inboxing. So how many of you have had the issue in the past where you send a lot of emails, but you don't get really high open rates. So you send the emails, they go out, and you don't really get a lot of opens. Okay? I see a lot. Okay. A lot of you saying low opens. Okay. So there's a few things at play when you talk about open rates. Okay. I'm going to kind of pop off of this for a minute, and let's go to a notepad. All right. I wasn't planning to do this, but we're just going to center this, make this a lot bigger, maybe a different color. That looks good. Okay. Open rates. Gosh, I can't type. What affects them? Okay, the first thing that affects your open rates is the IP address that your mail is sent from. Okay, this is on the this is on the company that you use to send the emails. All right, so basically, this whole IP address. These, we can just call them the IPs. These are things that you can't control, okay? You can't control this. This is out of your control. So what we'll do is we'll just underline it, and what we'll do is we'll go in and we'll make it red. You can't control this, okay? Stop sign, out of your control, all right? The second thing that matters is your domain name reputation. This is on you. It has everything to do with the domain name you send emails from. Example, yourname@domain.com. Okay, so this is on you. We'll put that in some kind of green. Well, that's kind of ugly green, huh? Well, they don't make it really easy to have just like something that's not totally ugly. Here, we'll go with pink. So beautiful. I'm not an artist, so you can't hate on me. All right, domain name reputation. That's on you. Here's what that means. That means you can't be sending emails, okay, from @gmail.com. @AOL.com, @hotmail.com, @yahoo.com, whatever. These things are no-nos if you want to inbox at a high rate, okay? Let's see, let's do it. You don't want to do, man, that really made this kind of ugly, haven't I? Hold on, I'm kind of a stickler for this. I meant to do strike through, but they don't obviously have it. So anyway, you don't do this. I'll quit playing with how it looks. Okay. What that means is this right here is very, very important. The domain name that you send emails from matters, okay? And it matters a lot. That's the difference sometimes in you getting your emails in the inbox and you not getting your emails in the inbox. For instance, you could send one, okay? So let's just pretend this is an email send that I'm doing right here, okay? Send one. You could send this from, okay, let's just say Anthony@AnthonyMorrison.com. And it could inbox, okay? That means it could actually go into the inbox and people get it and they open it and everybody sees it. Send to could be from, let's say, Anthony isn't, well, let's do something real. Anthony'sMediaCompany.com. And this could not inbox, okay? What I'm saying is you could send the exact same email, okay? Exact same email. But because this one came from that domain and this one came from that domain, it could affect if your emails go in the inbox or if they go in the spam folder. Does everybody understand that? Just say yes if you understand that for me. Okay? I want you to understand, you're learning some more advanced stuff tonight, okay? It doesn't matter if you understand why this happens. What I want you to understand is that it does happen. That's why if you look at your emails that you get from me, they're always from me, my name, Anthony. But if you look at the actual domain name that I'm sending you emails from, it changes up all the time. All the time. And the reason is these domains have a reputation, okay? A reputation with Gmail. They have a reputation with Yahoo. They have a reputation with all kinds of places. And based on that reputation, they allow you to get your emails into the inbox, okay? Now, I have a question for you. Do any of you have Gmail? Just say yes if you have. If you get my emails to your Gmail account, just say yes. All right, tons of you. All right. Did any of you see the email that I sent you, not yesterday, but I think the day before, where it says, where when you clicked on it, it said the links in this email might try to steal your identity? Did any of you see that? Or it's suspicious? A big red, like, don't open this, don't click on anything? Okay, so I see a lot of you saying yes, some of you saying no. Okay, well, what happened was 2 or 3 days ago, AWeber, which is a company we use to send emails from, they had a issue with somebody sending bad emails on their server. And because of that, Gmail flagged all of the emails coming from AWeber as malicious emails. Of course, you know my emails are not malicious. AWeber sent out a big email about it, apologized to all their people, you know, all their clients, but at the end of the day, you all saw that message. Well, that message, because my domain name, this domain name is what I was sending from, was flagged as like malicious, it affected the reputation of this domain. So the next day when I sent you emails, even though AWeber had fixed all of their issues, okay, they had fixed it, my emails, a lot of them went to your spam box, even though there's no reason. Well, it's because my reputation had been damaged, because so many people clicked spam complaint and so many people clicked unsubscribe when I sent that email out and it said malicious email, that it damaged the reputation of this domain name. So I had to send from a different domain name the next day. I sent from, you know, Anthony@anthonyteaches.com and so on and so forth, okay? So what I'm saying is, part of what we test when we test our emails to see if we can get them into the inbox, part of what we test is we test the domain name. We change it up sometimes. So we might have a list of 5 or 6 domain names that we own that we can send you email from, and we rotate through them if we're not getting in the inbox. Does everybody understand that? So even if you're sending emails from your name or from support or whatever, you can always change this domain name part. All right? So domain name reputation is very, very key. All right, number 3, content and links. This again is on you. You control what you write and what you send. All right. Content and links. This is on you. All right, I'll go back up here and clean this up because you'll probably be watching this later on, and it might be nice if I just make it look better. Plus, I'm just really hard. Okay. I'm going to do this till I do it correctly each time. There we go. All right, these 2 in yellow are on you. All right, these are things that you can control. If you do this right, and you do this right, and your emails still don't go in the inbox, okay? Then that means the company you're sending your emails from is the issue, not necessarily you. Now this is not a perfect science, okay? But let's just say 90% of the time this is the case. Everybody okay with that? So what you write in your email and the links that you put in your emails are obviously big keys to whether or not you actually get your emails into the inbox. The domain name that you send emails from, huge deal, okay? All right. Now, let's talk about links. Links are important. Now, let's just pull up thing over here. Why don't we just highlight these in green? You'll appreciate this later when all this stuff stands out to you. Links are important. Okay? Now here's why. Here's why it's important. You've all seen affiliate links, right? Uh-oh. Can't be doing that. You've all seen affiliate links. And they look like this. Maybe like, you know, for instance, a ClickBank link might look like, you know, something.hop.clickbank.net. And other affiliate links are like this, like, you know, amoffers.go to cloud, or I think it's like this, go to cloud.com / you know, offer equals to, you know, question mark, AID, under, you know, equals 3. You've seen links like this, right? So any of you that have sent an email to an affiliate link have seen crazy looking long links like this. All right. Well, let me tell you what happens. Remember, we're going deep tonight. So this is, we're going hard, all right? So you might have to watch the replay of this, but just understand that what we're going over can change your business in a flash. If you're currently sending emails and you're not making any money because people aren't opening your emails, I'm going to show you why. And I'm going to show you how you can fix that. But you got to understand this. So, domain reputation, content, and links. The biggest thing about links is this. This link has a reputation also, okay? Because it has a domain name in it. So, let's say you're promoting a big product that's launching on JVZoo, or you're promoting a big product that's launching on ClickBank, or you're just promoting a product from an affiliate network that a lot of people are promoting. Here's what happens. If Gmail gets a ton of emails with this link in it, okay? With this, let's just call this like, you know, let's actually make it affiliate link, okay? We'll just call it like, you know, weight loss, okay? So let's just say that this is an affiliate link to a weight loss product. If a lot of affiliates are sending out emails with this link in those emails, and they are generating spam complaints, what do you think Gmail and Yahoo and AOL and all these companies that host email boxes do when they see an email coming in with this link in it? What do you think they do? That's right. Richard says they call them spam. They send them to the spam box instantly. Doesn't matter how great your domain reputation is. Doesn't matter how great your content is. Doesn't matter how great your IP addresses are. Okay? They flag it as spam. And the reason they flag it as spam is real simple. It's because they don't like that link right there. They hate it. Okay? Now, how do you fix that? Because that's your affiliate link. You have to, you got to, if you want to promote this product, that's your link. So how do you fix this problem? Okay. I'm seeing a lot of responses. I'm just reading through them. All right, so a lot of you say cloak it or shorten it. Okay. All right. Well, here's the thing. You've got to be able to shorten this link, okay? You've got to be able to create your own link. Now, some of you say, you know, use one of these, I don't know, you've seen them like bit.ly and, you know, all these, you know, link shortening softwares, right? Okay. This is a bad idea. Now, why do you think it's a bad idea to use a free service that shortens your link? Because don't you think that a million other people are doing the same thing? They're all using those stupid links, right? All the scammers do it, all the spammers do it, and so what happens? All of a sudden, those links are bad. What you have to do is use a software that lets you create custom redirect links. Everybody understand that? You need, and this is a two-part series, so next week I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm trying to show you what you need. You need custom redirect links, okay? You need a custom redirect link, and here's why. Remember how we talked about domain name reputation, okay? Here's what you want. You want your link domain name to match your from domain name. Does this make sense to everybody? If you send email from anthony@anthonymorrison.com, then what you want is an example. You would want your redirect link to possibly be something like anthonymorrison.com/go now. And what you would want is for this would redirect to your affiliate link. Let's put this here. Let's take this ugly green off. Do it like this. Do it like this. Do it like that. All right. Everybody clear on this? This is how you get your emails. Now I'm going to take you through, you know, a software that you know you already have if you're our email and domination students, but just that walks you through all the testing. But what I want to show you is what you need and why you need it. It's so hard when you're an email marketer or a marketer of any kind, and you can't really figure out what all this stuff means. You see something that says do X, Y, and Z, but you don't know why. Okay, so this is important stuff. Now I'm going to take you through a testing method that we use in my office. I'm telling you, we use it every single day when we send our emails. And it's a little bit of a process, but I'll also share with you our results, which are pretty incredible. So now, remember, this is a two-part training series. This is important, this redirect links. So next week, I'm going to show you what I use to build my redirect links. And I'm going to show you why I use it and why it helps me inbox. Is everybody okay with that? Just say yes if you are. So here's the deal. Don't go out buying a bunch of software to do redirect links. Do not do that, or you will obviously regret it next week. Some of you are saying, why don't I show you that now? Because I don't want to show you anything that you have to buy tonight. I simply just want to teach you. If I tell you tonight, it defeats the purpose of teaching, right? So I want you to just pay close attention. I'm going to show you exactly what I use next week. And it's obviously a software that you can buy, but it's not expensive. You know, it's a small little monthly fee to use software, but it's what I use. And I'll show you, I'm going to take you through the whole software next week. So do not make a mistake and miss next week, okay? So to this week, I want you to focus. I'm going to give you some homework and some stuff I want you to do before next week that's really going to help you. Okay? All right. So we all understand our domain name is important. The content of our email is important, and our links are important. These are the things that you control. All right? All right. Now, one other thing that we do test from time to time, meaning we'll see if this helps our inboxing. You see how this is from Anthony at anthonymorrison.com here? Sometimes we will test like Anthony M at anthonymorrison.com, or we'll test like members at anthonymorrison.com. And the reason we do that is because sometimes Google or Gmail and Yahoo or whatever, they might block emails coming from Anthony at anthonymorrison.com, but they won't block emails coming from a different name over here. You see? So like if we got a lot of spam complaints on a send from this one, we might test this one next so that we're not necessarily having to do a different email address. You see? We're not necessarily having to do a different email address. And remember, this is just one domain name right here, right? So that's just one domain. But we can test 3 different names that we send from. Make sense? All right, good deal. I see a lot of people say yes. Now, obviously, if that doesn't work, we then do this. We test a different domain. I suggest, purely my suggestion, that you have at least 3 domain names that you can send from. This is not a very expensive deal. A domain name's 10 bucks, $8 a year. So I suggest that you have about 3 that you can send emails from. That just makes a lot of sense. That way, if you have an issue getting your email in the inbox, well, you've got a backup plan with a domain name, okay? All right, now, with all of this said, how do you test it? You know, how do you test this to make sure it's going to go to your inbox? And furthermore, how do you know when you should change your from name? How do you know when you should change your domain name? How do you know when you should change your links? How do you know when you should change your content? How do you know how to test all this? There's so many different things that you could test because let's be realistic. Let me just give you an example. If my computer will quit highlighting everything yellow. All right, I'm going to move on down the line here. Hold on. Let's hide all that. Let me give you an example. All right, here's an example that inboxed. I'm just purely making this up. Your from name could be Anthony at anthonymorrison.com, and then your subject line, this is part of that content. Subject could be, hey, great news today. And then your email, let's go ahead and undo all this underlining stuff. Your email could say, hey, you know, I would love to share this new program with you. Click here now to see it. It's really awesome, Anthony. Okay? And then this, you obviously would make that into a link. So it looks kind of like this. All right? Maybe we'll just erase this. All right, so you can kind of see that this would be like an example of an email that you send out. Okay, let's just say, in this example, it spammed. Went to the spam box. Okay, what in the world do you test first? Do you test a new domain name? Do you test a new from name? Do you test a different subject line? Do you test different copy? Do you test different links? I mean, what do you test? How do you know what order to test in? Because guess what? What happens? You could feasibly, okay, you could feasibly do this. You could change this to Anthony M, and all of a sudden it works. But you could also have left it at Anthony and taken this little exclamation mark out, and it would have worked. How in the world, there are so many things that could make this go to the spam box. What do you test first, and how do you keep up with what you've even tested? Because again, if you test a new domain name and it doesn't work, that doesn't mean that you just keep testing domains. It could be that your subject line is causing it to spam. It could mean that your links are causing it. There could be all kinds of things. So here was the problem we ran into. We were sending emails and getting no results. None. I'm talking like some of the worst our open rates. Let's just, why did I create the email domination platform software? Okay, let's just see if we can push that on up. Okay, why did I create this email domination software? We wanted to email CPA offers. This just means we get paid for generating leads. That means no sales required. All right, we wanted to break into the market and make some money sending emails to CPA offers. No sales were required. It just, you generate a lead. Okay? Problem. We were getting 0.05% open rates. What this means is, essentially, it's pretty terrible. We're getting less than, most of the time, less than 0.5% of people that we emailed were opening our emails. That's pretty terrible, right? You should have open rates of 10 to 15% minimum. We were getting not even 1%. It was horrible. Solution. Figure out a testing method that works. Our emails were going to the spam folder, okay? We didn't want them to anymore, but we knew they were going to the spam folder because the open rates were terrible. So we created a testing method, a method that we use before we send any emails. Everybody understand that? Do we understand what we're talking about? We test all of this stuff up here before we ever press send. Okay? All right, what's required? A seed testing list. Yikes, Anthony. I bet that cost money. It seems cool. This is probably what you're thinking right now. Yikes, this is going to cost me money, this whole seed testing list, because it seems too cool. Okay, it's free. Seed testing list, this is free. Okay, all you do to create a seed test list is literally, you just simply create your own additional email addresses. Okay? You create 3 Gmail addresses that you own. And that's how we seed test. We typically only seed test Gmail. If you can get an email into Gmail, oftentimes you can get an email into Yahoo and AOL and so on and so forth. These guys are really, really hard. If they're putting your emails into the spam folder, you're probably going into the spam folder everywhere, okay? So does everybody understand that you create 3 Gmail addresses? Now, not the ones you always use. New ones. Don't be lazy. Here's why. Okay, you guys know that Gmail likes to learn everything they can about you, right? Let me put this back up here so everybody can see this. Okay, Gmail likes to learn stuff about you. Well, if you're checking your emails and you're checking the emails you're sending from yourself and you're opening them and clicking them and all that stuff, guess what? They're going to inbox those emails for you because they see you opening it and clicking it. But it may be spamming for everybody else. Does that make sense? So if I'm opening and clicking on my own emails all the time while I'm testing, well, then I might be seeing the emails go to my inbox, but for everybody else, they're going to the spam folder. Okay? That's because Google knows if you check emails, and let's say you see my email, okay, in your spam folder, and you move it to your inbox, and you say, gosh, I don't want Anthony's emails in the spam folder. Put them in the inbox. Google will learn that you want my emails to go to your inbox, not your spam folder. So you'll start getting them every time in your inbox. But there might be a lot of other people that are still getting them in their spam folder. See? So when you do seed testing, you want to have 3 Gmail addresses that you own, but that you don't ever actually go in and click on. Everybody understand that? Give me some yeses so I know we're all clear. All right. Very, very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. All right. Some of you talk about incognito and all that. It doesn't matter. If you log into a Gmail account, that Gmail account learns what you're doing. Okay? All right. So 3 email addresses. Now, what does that mean in your email marketing account? Your email marketing account lists. Okay? Let's do this. Let's highlight this. Let's break this up so it's clear for you when you watch this replay. I really, really hate how ugly the green is, but we're going to go with it. All right, go back to this. All right, that didn't work so well. All right, your lists. You always have a list called seed list, right? Or testing list. Now, what does that mean? That means literally what you're doing is creating a list and simply adding only these 3 Gmail addresses go on your test list. Does that make sense? Does everyone understand that? You would actually have a list in your email marketing account that only has 3 addresses. So seed list equals your 3 Gmail addresses only. Okay? So you might have your list that you're building or your Inbox Inner Circle list or all of your affiliate marketing lists and all that, but you create one list that has only these 3 Gmail addresses on it, and that's it. A lot of times people tell you that seed testing, what you would do is just take these 3 Gmail addresses and just seed them in, basically put them in on your regular email list, send your emails, and then you'll know if they inboxed, right? Have any of you heard of that before? Just put your own email addresses on your list and you'll know if they inbox. You'll know if they're going to spam or you'll know if they're going to inbox because you'll see it yourself. Okay, well tell me this. What good does it do to see the results after they've already taken place. What's the point? It's too late then. You've already sent the email. If it went to the spam folder, what are you going to do? You can't unsend it. That's ridiculous. You've got to test it before you send it. That's why you create a test list or a seed list. You put only these Gmail addresses on it. You do all of this stuff, right? And then you send to your main list. Everybody makes it? And does that make sense to everybody? We're gonna test our emails every day to this list. And then once we see that it's inboxing to all 3 of those Gmail accounts, then we go and we send it to our whole list. Because we know we've done all we can do to get those emails in the inbox. If they don't go in the inbox at this point, there's not much you can do about it, right? Sometimes you're just victim of the game. That's all you can say. I don't know, you know? All right. So everybody, you're going to get a replay of this part, okay? So you'll be able to go back through this, take your notes, all that stuff. Now what I want to do is show you how you do your testing, because we developed a software, okay? And it's pretty epic. Most of you have this already. Some of you are asking me if you can have multiple Gmail accounts. Absolutely. As long as you're not doing anything wrong. Gmail doesn't have, I mean, I have probably 10 Gmail accounts, you know? So yeah, you could use that. That's not a problem. All right. So back to the testing. How do we test to our seed list? How do we find an email and a combination of all this stuff that'll inbox? Okay. Here's how you do it. Let me leave this up here for, I'm going to leave this for just a second. If you guys want to type this in real fast, you could type this in. I see some of you say you can't see this. That's probably an issue with your computer. It's going to be okay, because we'll be putting this replay in your members area as a video. So you'll be able to go back through the video and watch this, pause it, take notes, that kind of stuff. So listen and learn now, and then we'll go that route in just a minute. All right. Okay. Now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull this down. Computer, pull this up. All right. Inside of your email domination members area, okay? You will recall that I said in our sales video for this that we built a software, because here's the problem. My staff that sends my emails, because they actually send emails for me. I write them, but I write a lot of them, right? Like I might write 100, and then they send them for 100 days, and then they go back and they, you know, so we're back and forth. For that reason, I wanted my staff to be able to do this testing. Plus, like I said, we wanted to mail those CPA offers, and we couldn't figure out how to get people to open our emails. So when we developed a system for this, it was all on a PDF, like a flow chart, and everybody was making mistakes. And because they were making mistakes, I said there has to be a better way. There just has to be a better way for my staff to do this. So what we built was this inbox multiplier software. Okay, it's right here inside of your members area. There's no additional fee for it or anything. It's built in into email domination. If you don't have email domination, I'll show you how to get it later. The majority of people on this training have email domination. So I'm assuming that you do. If you don't, I'll show you the link where you can grab it. If you want, it's $67. But this is like my advanced email marketing training. As you can tell from the webinar, what we've already gone through, this is more advanced than you've probably heard in weeks or months from me, right? And that's because what I'm showing you here is not what I used to do. Inbox Inner Circle and all of those things, you got to remember it's a beginner's guide to email marketing. We give you some email subscribers. We show you the different autoresponder platforms. It's getting you started, right? Well, obviously, I've been started for quite some time. Email domination is kind of where I'm at right now, which is I need to know how to make the most money possible when I send out an email. I need to know how to get my emails into the inbox. And this software is what we built to help the staff be able to actually send emails. And we actually have a guy on staff. There's a case study down here, the $100,000 CPA offer study right here. This case study actually walks through, it's not even me doing it. It's one of my staff members that's actually doing the video in that case study. He has never sent an email in his life other than, you know, just regular communication. And he has generated, at the time when we launched this product, he had done $100,000. But we're actually at about $187,000 now that he has generated sending emails using this inbox multiplier platform. Now, mind you, this is not an email sending software. This is not list building. This is once you have a list and you want to make sure you can inbox it and make some money with it, and you know you've got to go through all of this stuff right here, you know, all of that stuff behind here, this inbox multiplier software makes it fail-proof, where you can't mess up unless you just can't read. You know, I mean, if you can't read, I can't help you. So, everybody ready to see this software? Because I'm going to walk you through it. It's a wizard, more or less, okay? And just so we're clear, I see a lot of you asking me, is this software here or there or wherever? No, the software is only in my email domination platform. I actually built this for my staff. And then it was so awesome that Rico, a lot of you know Rico, he was on here a couple weeks ago. Rico said, man, you need to be like letting people use this. Like, this is some pretty epic stuff. And so I said, all right, yeah, you're right. And a couple other buddies said it, and that's how we ended up coming out with email domination. So I sent emails to all of you about email domination quite some time ago, probably in June. So either you didn't get them or maybe you just weren't interested in it. But either way, most everybody on here has this. So I'm going to go through it assuming you have it. If you don't have it, I'll give you the website address. It's been up since, I think, June 23rd. I'll give you the website address where you can buy it. And the inbox multiplier software is in the core product. It's not any upsell or anything like that. It's part of the $67. The upsells for this product are this done-for-you emails, this CPA mastery course, and then the mastermind stuff. So anyway, off of that, this is really for me to I want to go through the software. So I'm going to click this, okay? And obviously inside of your members area, you just click this button, and it takes you to this inbox multiplier platform. Now, of course, there are videos from me telling you what you need to do, why you need to do it, you know. There I am. Boom. I love this shirt, by the way. See? Gotta have the shirt. Every video, that shirt. My fiance freaks out. She's like, why don't you ever wear a different shirt? And I'm like, because it looks good on the white background. I don't blend in. So anyway, all right. So this part, actually, these two videos are really and truly a synopsis of what I just talked about back here on this document. Okay, does everybody understand that? It's explaining to you what a seed test list is, why you need it, and essentially what we need to do. So I'm going to skip through that because I spent a lot of time on that. So there's a button down here. You click Let's Go. All right, and it moves on. Okay, now we knew and we said right here, typically when you're seed testing, you can add 3 Gmail, Yahoo, AOL, Hotmail to your seed list. Now I know I just told you that all you needed to do was 3 Gmail addresses. Okay, If you want to get super, super crazy, nitty gritty, you can add 3 of all of these to your seed list and make sure it's inboxing everywhere. Okay? I honestly only do this now, 3 Gmail addresses. Does that make sense? It's totally up to you. You can do less, more, whatever. But the minimum would be 3 Gmail addresses. Now, from there, we have a little tool here that'll save your passwords for your Gmail accounts if you want it to. I'm not going to click it, but you know, if you want it to, you can. Once you have your seed test list done, you see down here where it says Get Started? Right down here? You only click this green button when you're ready to send an email and you already have your seed test list done. In other words, you've got your seed list inside of your email autoresponder somewhere. And you've got 3 Gmail addresses that you can check on that list. Everybody okay with that? Say yes. All right, lots of yeses. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to, I've been talking so much my lips are chapped, so give me 2 seconds. I'm going to grab some chapstick so I can keep going. It's really crazy weather here in Mississippi, so hold on 1 second. Everybody take a 2-second break. All right, sorry about that, but I talked so much that I'm not going to be able to talk anymore. Okay, so we're back. We're good to go. All right, now, here's what we do. The reason that this software is so epic, when you click that your seed accounts are ready, so you're ready to start testing, okay? It basically says, it tells you what to do. First, you're going to test a generic subject line and copy. What that means is, like I said earlier, what you write in your emails can cause your emails to go to the spam folder. So if you write something very generic, hey, let's meet for coffee. Hey, I thought we could meet for coffee today. Let me know if you have time. And you press send. Should this email inbox, yes or no? Is there anything in this email, a link or a spammy word that should make this email go to spam? When you're just saying, that's like an email you would send to a friend. All right, so I see a lot of you saying, no, there's no reason this should spam. So guess what? If it spams, okay, if this spams, if you can't even send your friend an email saying, let's meet for coffee, what do you think the problem is? Where's the first place you should start looking for a reason that it's spammed? That's right. A lot of you, Brian and Donald, you all said domain name. Okay? Here's the thing. You see this button down here where it says did not inbox. Can everybody see that red button down there? Just want to make sure that you can see it. Okay, good deal. Watch this. If you click did not inbox, inbox multiplier comes back and says, okay, let's just double check. Let's make sure that we're right. Let's make sure before we go changing domain names and stuff. So it says, test this again. Write another email that's, would you like to have dinner? Would you like to have lunch? Something very, very generic, okay? And let's make sure that the email doesn't spam. All right? Let's say that it's spam. So you click did not inbox. Now look, it says you can wait a few hours, or most people don't wait a few hours, but hey. And it says try using a different from name but the same domain name. You recall that I showed you earlier on the document where you could send an email from Anthony at Anthony Morrison, or you could send an email from Anthony M at Anthony Morrison. Remember that? Does everybody remember? Say yes if you do. Okay. So again, you're not having to change your domain name. You're changing the name that you're sending from. Like that. Okay. All right. If it still does not inbox, then it says, okay, you need to get a new domain name. You need to start over with a new domain name, because chances are that the reason you're not inboxing after you've gone through all of this is that your domain name is bad. You need to start over. So you go get your new domain, and then you click restart. And when you restart, start back over here, you get to step 1, and you start here. Okay? Now, check this out. Let's say you got a new domain name. Okay? So you got a new domain, and you went back and tested, and let's say it inboxed. Then you click inboxed. Now watch this. Right here it says testing the subject line. Okay? What you do is you leave the body of the message the same. Leave the body the same. Hey, I was hoping we could meet for coffee. Okay? But you change your subject line to the subject line that you actually want to use for your promotion. Does that make sense to everybody? You no longer use a generic subject line. You use the subject line you actually want to use. Okay? All right? When you do that, now you go ahead and you, sorry, my phone is connected to my computer. I can't help it. I don't know why. It won't stop. Okay, so here we go. Now you send this email just like this, exactly like this, to your seed test list. And you see if your seed test, if this email inboxes, okay? If it inboxes, what have we learned? What have we learned if this email goes to the inbox and we're good? What have we figured out? Anybody know? It means the subject line is good. We just tested our subject line and it worked, okay? So we click inboxed. We say, yep, that inboxed, move on. Now, it wants us to use the same subject line that we were just using. Don't change it. You can't change it. Change nothing else. But now, write your email. Write the exact email that you plan to send to your list. But don't add any links. See how nothing is linked? No links. Do not put a single link in the email. And click send. What you're testing here is that this subject line in combination with this email body will inbox. Does that make sense to everybody? So now we've figured out, we've got the right domain name, we've got the right subject line, and let's say that this inboxed, we click yes. Now we've got the right body that's working. So now we're good. So now we go back and we send the same email again, but this time we now link our links. Okay, that's where you use one of those, build redirects. You use those links, and you make these things links. Now, let's say we test it and it spams. What's the culprit? The culprit is likely the link. It could be the domain name from the link, or it could be how many links that you put in there. It could also be the words that you linked. So if it says did not inbox, here's what we tell you to do. Test again, altering this. Shorten or lengthen the amount of words that you hyperlinked. So maybe make this a whole sentence or make it just one word. In other words, change this up. Link different words within the copy. Maybe make this a link and don't make this a link, right? In other words, you mix and match because obviously there's a reason that this thing didn't inbox, and it's because of that link. It's either the link or the words that you linked, that you created the link on. You test this, okay? And if you keep going, it keeps giving you options, right, of things that you can test. Like it keeps going and going and going. But let's say we finally got this to inbox, okay? At this point, we made some changes. We've got a subject line that works, a body that works, links that work. Now we click inbox, and this thing says, okay, let's knock it out. Let's go ahead and send your email. So it says you're ready to send this campaign to your entire list. Now what you do is you take that exact same email and you send it to your whole list, okay? When you do that, you know that you're sending an email that will go into the inbox because you have tested it live right then and there in every situation possible. Everybody understand that? Everybody see how that works? Okay. A lot of people ask me, what's the difference in an email marketer that makes money and one that doesn't? And the answer is in the testing. The answer is, if you aren't doing something like this, if you're just writing emails and pressing send, you're never really going to get great results because you're never going to be inboxing at a high rate. You'll get inboxed to some people, but I have no clue. I'm a popular person late at night, apparently. But you're never going to get as many as you possibly could, right? So this could be for solo ads. Any email that you send out, this is what you need to do. And if you do this, you're sending all these test messages. Now, here's something that's very, very important, okay? You want to make sure that you pay attention to this. Write this down. Here, let me write this down. Let me just try to keep it centered. Okay. Never open your emails in your seed accounts ever. Ever, 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 ever. Okay? Never open these. Let's highlight that for you. Yellow, bold it, underlined it, whatever you want to call it. Never open them. If you open these, okay, you are telling Google you like this email. So therefore, then when you seed test, you might see the emails. But hey, maybe nobody's getting them. So never, ever, ever open your seed test emails. You can send them, see that they're there, but never, never open them, okay? That will skew your results, all right? You'll have bad results. You will not like your results. Okay, so do you kind of understand? Do you understand what we're doing in terms of testing? Do you understand what we're doing, why we built the software? The reason we built the software was because originally I had a big flow chart and it was like, hey, test this, test that, and basically my staff was making mistakes, they were forgetting, they couldn't, what do we test next, how do we test it, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And so I built this little wizard for them. It obviously wasn't called Inbox Multiplier, it was something we used in the office. And yes, you can delete the emails if you want. We don't though. So like if your seed accounts just have tons of emails, we don't delete ours. We just leave them in there. Can't hurt anything. to just leave them sitting in there. Because if you delete them, then Google might think, well, you don't want these emails. But yes, after you send each test email, you check your seed accounts, just see that the emails came in, and then you move on from there. And then once you've gone through and you've got a winning combination, send it to your hold list, okay? So all you're doing is sending it and making sure it's going into your Gmail inbox. You don't open it, click it, nothing. You just see that it went there, and then you move on, okay? All right. Now, how many of you found tonight's email marketing session valuable? Like, positive? You learned a lot. Good. This is the best training I ever had was right here on this kind of stuff. And I mean, I learned this from other people. Rico, Tyler, a lot of the guys that are coming to, I know a lot of you are coming to our Build Send Profit live event. These are the guys that taught me most of this. I mean, they taught me, and then I turned around and I tweaked it, changed it, made it different, you know, made it work for us, you know, put my own spin on it. And this is the kind of stuff that we do, right? To make, you know, to make our emails inbox. Now, I see some of you asking me about the Facebook marketing training. We'll do it next week. I wanted to do the email marketing training because when you build your email list, right, you need to know how to send emails. So there's no reason for you to there's no reason for you to put the cart before the horse. If you go and you build this big email list next week, right, then you start sending emails, but nobody's opening them. So you're spending money on ads to build your list, maybe with our mobile opt-in software, whatever. And then boom, you get a list. You might be sending emails for a week or two and not be doing it right, and it's costing you money. So I thought, wow, okay, I better show everybody how to do this first. Then as you build your list, you're prepared. When that list comes in, boom, you know how to send emails that work, right? You cannot test a domain name before you buy it, but most all new domain names are fine. You don't ever really have an issue with them. The issue starts after you send your emails. Does that make sense? That's when you start getting, you know, as you get some complaints and it's new emails, they start to, you know, they start to not inbox properly, okay? All right. So everybody enjoy this particular session? Some of you, like, you're saying, why do I only test with Gmail? Like I said, we test with everything, but we found a striking, you know, trend. If we got our emails into the Gmail inbox, most every time, they ended up in the Yahoo email box and the AOL and all that too. So we just figured there's no real reason to test those if it's a one-to-one deal. I'm not saying not to add some Yahoo ones and stuff to your seed test. You can absolutely do that. In fact, I even suggest that on the first page of that software. But I'm just saying in recent testing, we've just seen that if it makes it to one, it makes it to the other, you know? Okay. I see some of you asking me about this. Yeah, and there's a lot more Gmail accounts than there are anything else. So I mean, that's one of the things. If you want to get this this software, you can. I know most of you have it, but I see there are a few people that don't have this. How many of you don't have this and want to get it? Carol, I'm glad that this is the first time anyone's explained how to test and why. Very glad. Hopefully you know, everybody appreciates it. Most all of you have this. I just haven't gone through the training on email domination because we had Rico on, and then I had this mobile software, which is just, it's my new little baby. But I wanted to make sure I went through the training on this, and then next week we'll do our Facebook training with Adrian. So those of you that bought mobile opt-in or whatever, you'll be able to learn how to do this. The sales page, sorry, the sales page for email domination is here.